This is my review shirt. I'm always wearing this. Partially because it says Wreck-It Time on it. And I've been told that when I watch things and analyze them, I tend to wreck them for people. But that's not actually why I wear it. I wear it because, well, partially because it's fitting, but also because I genuinely love this movie. I've seen it dozens of times. I'll watch it back to back. I genuinely enjoy it that much. But I ultimately decided to do a character review of it, mostly because it's completely evil. Let's begin.
There's no one I'd rather be than me.
My name's Ralph, and I'm a bad guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whose movie is this? Oh, I think it's this guy's.
I weigh 643 pounds.
Can't tell you how much I love when characters introduce themselves.
Got a little bit of a temper on me.
Hey, you moved my stump.
I'm a wrecker. I wreck things, professionally.
I'm gonna wreck it.
And when Felix does a good job, he gets a medal. But are there medals for wrecking stuff really well? And no, there aren't.
Pretty basic stuff. Ralph feels underappreciated at work. He seems to be the only one who really sees that his job is equally as crucial to the success of the game or company, if you want.
Maybe I wouldn't be feeling this way if things were different after work. They go to their homes, I go to mine, which happens to be a dump, where the garbage goes, and that's what I call home.
He lives in the garbage?
It looks uncomfortable. It's actually fine.
Whoa. Okay, Jesus.
But if I'm really honest with myself, I see Felix up there getting patted on the back, people giving him pie and thanking him, and so happy to see him all the time. Sometimes I think, man, it sure must be nice being the good guy.
Nice share, Ralph. As fellow bad guys, we've all felt what you're feeling, and we've come to terms with it.
Really?
Wait,
I relate to you, Ralph. When I hit bottom, I was crushing man's skull like sparrow egg between my thighs.
it's your job to do that. That's your job.
And I think, why do you have to be so bad, Zangief? Why can't you be more like good guy?
Are we talking jobs or personalities here?
If Zangief is good guy, who'll crush man's skull like sparrow's egg between thighs?
You will. You will crush man's head like sparrow's egg between thighs. Because that's your job!
And I say, Zangief, you are bad guy. But this does not mean you're bad guy.
What? Great! That had nothing to do with what Ralph was just saying. Ralph was not talking about whether he's a bad guy or a bad guy. He was complaining about his abusive coworkers. Zangief was not listening. Are these their jobs or not? How could they possibly be under the impression that the roles they have to play to keep the game running have anything to do with whether they're good or bad people?
I don't want to be the bad guy anymore. Is it Turbo to want a friend? Or a medal? Or a piece of pie every once in a while? Is it Turbo to want more out of life?
Guys, my coworkers have been making me sleep in the garbage for 30 years while they stay inside and eat pie. Suck it up, Ralph. That's exactly what they're saying! I can't make it sound any more stupid than it already is!
Ralph, we get it. But we can't change who we are.
This makes about as much sense as the actors in a movie cast believing that the dude playing the villain is actually a bad person because of the role he plays in the film. That's how much sense this makes.
I am bad, and that's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad.
Why do I suddenly feel like this is suddenly so Pixar-esque? This is the most rancid of Pixar logic. This is Pixar dialogue. I'm seeing one thing, but I'm being told the opposite.
But we can't change who we are.
Who you are is not the problem. The issue is everyone else. Why did they think anyone would be convinced by this?
Hey, one game at a time, Ralph.
The self-admitted bad guy says calmly in an attempt to offer support and consolation to a friend in distress. Burn, you evil bastard! There's gotta be an application for this. It has to be a metaphor. It's a metaphor, right? The bad and on thing, is it what, alcoholism? Is there some sort of addiction thing here? What, that's... Wait a minute.
Step aside, sir. Random security check.
Random my behind. You always stop me.
Really?
Here you go, buddy. It's fresh.
No. I take back everything I said. Really?
Happy 30th anniversary. They're having a party without me.
Aha. So now Ralph has sought help for his grievances, pretty much only to have his abuse thrown back in his face. So now his issues with Felix and the Nicelanders have finally come to a boiling point.
Just somebody's birthday or...
More of an anniversary.
What? Is that today?
I'm not going to say that was the right way to go about it, but that was very satisfying. They used this interaction to illustrate the raw, ignorant, and dismissive face of Ralph's plight with these guys, while simultaneously spotlighting his character by how he tempers out his smugness in just the right amounts.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Ralph. And to you, too.
Don't you just love watching Felix squirm? God, it's just so well done.
Why is he here?
He's just here for a slice of cake.
And I'm a big part of the game, technically speaking. Why are you here, Gene?
The passive aggression works really well in this scene to highlight the Nicelanders' upper-class blindness to their own cruelty. Which brings me back to this, the homelessness reference.
Random my behind. You always stop me.
And clear connections to racial profiling, if I'm not mistaken.
Can't mess with the program, Ralph.
That's the program. Systematic oppression. We actually have a Disney movie tackling systematic oppression. I would kiss my shirt if I weren't wearing it.
You know, this angry little guy here might be a lot happier if you put him up here with everyone else. See that? Look at that smile.
There's no room for you up here.
Translation, we have made it so that there is no room for you. Now, you'll actually have to push someone else off the roof to secure your penthouse and your medal. And I can't believe you'd actually do that to someone. God, what a selfish jerk you are. Do you see how this works?
He's about to get his medal.
Well, then how about we just take that medal and give it to Ralph for once? Would that be the end of the world, Gene?
And you, sir, are no good guy.
I could be a good guy if I wanted to, and I could win a medal.
And when you do, come and talk to us.
And then would you finally let me be on top of the cake with you guys?
I love how the writers have let him make his case. This is everything Marlon didn't get to do. He was framed as wrong-headed almost from the get-go. This is a case of a character versus society. Ralph is the victim here. He is totally in the right. And that can get tricky, because it's hard to juggle the growth and development of a character who was never wrong in the first place. But they spend the time really fleshing out every corner of Ralph's plight. We know exactly what he wants.
If you want a medal, we'd let you live up here in the penthouse. But it will never happen, because you're just the bad guy who wrecks the building.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not!
We're going to harass you and abuse you further until you react and then claim your subsequent outburst as justification for abusing you in the first place. Absolutely classic victim blaming.
All right, Gene. You know what? I'm gonna win a medal.
Essentially, Ralph is trying to beat the system by following the system. He is trying to do this the right way. I mean, we know it probably won't change anything. We know perfectly well it's these people's shitty attitudes that need tweaking. He wants this so badly he's blind to the real issue. Rather, Gene dismissed his complaints and shut him down to such an extent that for a guy that just smashed a cake and supposedly ruined the party, he just realized how powerless he is.
Yes, you are.
He tried to lay this out nice and plain for them to understand, and they gave him nothing.
Because you're just the bad guy who wrecks the building.
God, you're a dick. You know, for being a supposed bad guy with a high temper, and for as angry and hurt as he is, Ralph holds out on his frustration remarkably well. Way longer than I would have in the same situation anyways. They're having a party without me. Where's that bulldozer? So now, getting some certificate of officialness so they have to treat him better is really his only option left. This is awesome! Yeah! That whole scene is perfect. It's... Hang on a sec. Why are we still here? Okay. I have a feeling possibly this film has actually underestimated how much privilege it's given these people. Oh, Ralph ruined the party. The cake is destroyed. That's not possible. Felix's hammer that he inherited can fix anything. Stop sulking, fix the cake. You're fine. And start focusing again on your nice lander first world problems. How the hell is everyone gonna get enough frosting? I can't, I can't handle it. There's not enough frosting! Guys, these idiots don't deserve our pity. They are not victims. So Ralph goes to rummage for medals in the garbage. I don't think any further commentary is needed on that.
Medal? You win a medal?
Yeah! Medal of Heroes!
So Ralph ends up having to take the place of another game character to infiltrate his game and try and win a medal there. So because Ralph is doing that, it means Felix and the Nicelanders learn a bit of a lesson about Ralph's importance in the game.
Where's Ralph?
Where is he?
The game's busted.
We're out of order.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Without Ralph, we're doomed!
Right again.
They're gonna pull our plug.
Look at them suffer. I'm sorry. They just deserve that so much. A little bit more. Okay, let's move on. No, maybe a little bit more. Okay, So Ralph finally gets to climb a building, but there's a reward at the end. He finally gets his medal. And I love how bittersweet Ralph's fantasies are. And how relatable even. Who hasn't thought, if I just had that thing, I'd have all the friends in the world, I'd rip up the dance floor at cool parties, and my naysayers would take my place as pathetic loners living in the dump, and I'm sure someone thinks that. Anyway, Ralph gets his medal, and do you notice how everything up until this point has all been through Ralph's choices and actions? He had a problem, he tried to reconcile with it, confronted it, couldn't, and then left to go fix it himself. He set a goal and he set out to accomplish it, and he actually did accomplish it. This is what character-driven storytelling looks like.
Dignity.
That is what character-driven storytelling doesn't look like. That was so Pixar. Having a character do something accidental that is meant to cast a disproving and ironic foreshadowing onto his behavior, and then have him trip and stumble his way into a plot taxi that will conveniently take him to the next act. Very efficient. Pixar Storytelling 101.
I gotta get out of here. Oh no, my medal. No!
Oh, well, just take your medal and put it over here.
Hey, are you a hobo?
Ha! Our themes still persist, even in the light of contrived mechanical storytelling.